There are habits that every woman with polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, are doing every single day that seems completely normal. But over time, they make symptoms worse. It's not because you're careless and not because you're lazy, but because no one explained what actually happened inside your body. So today I want to explain it properly. Hi everyone, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Cheryl. I document my journey, navigating hormonal healing, PCOS, and rebuilding my body in a realistic, sustainable way. And something I've learned is this: PCOS is not only about what you eat, it's about how your body experiences stress, stability, and safety. When your body feels unstable, your hormones respond. And when your body feels safe, your hormones regulate better. Now let's look at some of these habits. The first habit we're going to look at is skipping meals, then overeating later. This habit, trust me, does not look dangerous. And this is the reason why it looks like it's not dangerous. Maybe you wake up not hungry, or maybe you're busy, or maybe you delay eating because you're trying to be disciplined. But here is what happens biologically inside your body. When you go long hours without eating, your blood sugar begins to drop. Your body does not like unstable blood sugar. It releases what is called cortisol. That is your stress hormone. Cortisol's job is to rise blood sugar quickly so you don't crash. Now, imagine this happening repeatedly. Your body begins to live in a small stress response throughout the day. Then when you finally eat, especially a large meal, your blood sugar rises quickly. And when your blood sugar rises quickly, insulin rises to bring it back down. With PCOS, many women already have some level of insulin resistance. So repeated spike and crashes make symptoms worse over time. So the problem is not one meal, it's the instability. Now let me explain. Your hormones prefers predictability. When you eat consistently, not perfectly, just consistently, and a less threatened body regulates better. Does that make sense? Now the second habit we are going to look at is constant low level stress. This one right here is subtle because we normalize it. You may not be fighting with anyone. You may not even be in a crisis, but you are overthinking, comparing yourself offline and online, feeling behind in life, worried about money, worried about your body, and even worried about the future. Now, here is this thing about your brain. It does not separate emotional stress from physical damage. If your thoughts are constantly on alert mode, your body stays on alert mode. And cortisol has a direct relationship with insulin. When cortisol is high frequently, insulin regulation becomes harder. And when insulin is unstable, PCOS symptoms like acne, irregular cycle, fatigue, bloating can intensify. Sometimes the trigger is not food, it's mental pressure. Even the pressure to eat perfectly can be stress. Even the fear of bloating can be stress. Even guilt after eating can be stress. And your body feels that. For a PCOS body, calm is powerful. Relaxation is not laziness. Calm is regulation. The third habit we're going to look at is extreme restriction thinking. This particular one is dangerous because it feels productive. You cut out everything. You avoid all carbs. You label food as good or bad. You panic over ingredients. It feels like control. When I was first diagnosed with PCOS, I could recall vividly the doctor asked me to cut out carbs. Now, for somebody advising someone to cut out carbs, they themselves cannot even cut out carbs completely. Now, if I'm to advise someone better on that aspect, I would rather say replace bad carbs with good ones. For instance, replace white rice to brown rice and pair with enough vegetable and protein. I think that is better. And this is simply because extreme restriction puts the body in survival mode. When your body thinks that food is scarce or unpredictable, it conserves energy. It becomes more sensitive to stress. It holds on to weight more easily. It reacts more dramatically to small fluctuations. Healing does not happen in survival mode. Healing happens in stability. Balance regulates. Extremes destabilize. I repeat, balance regulates. Extremes destabilize. With hormonal conditions like polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, the body is already working harder to maintain balance. So your goal is not intensity. Your goal is consistency. Consistent meals, consistent sleep, consistent hydration, consistent calm routines. I don't mean perfect days. I mean consistent days. Because hormones don't respond to one perfect week. They respond to repeated patterns. And repeated patterns requires patience. There is something that needs to be cleared up. Stress does not only come from problems. Stress can come from believing that food must be perfect. Stress can come from constantly researching online. Stress can come from constantly researching symptoms. Stress can come from fearing you're not doing enough. And once you understand how sensitive a PCOS body is to stress, you stop attacking yourself. You begin choosing calm intentionally. And honestly, relaxation and emotional safety, some of the most powerful tools in hormonal healing. Now, your big question might be, what can I do? Start small. Eat within few hours of waking up. Don't skip entire days of meals. Reduce late night overthinking. I know it's tough, but you can do it. Create one calm routine before bed. Stop labeling one food as failure. Small stability creates hormonal safety. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. Your hormones respond to how safe your body feels. Safety in foods, safety in thoughts, safety in routine, and healing is not dramatic. It's consistent. If this has helped you, subscribe. I post every week about hormonal healing, body awareness, and rebuilding as a woman navigating real life.